been driving when I've been listening.
It was fun. I mean, he kind of was a sixth ear to the process, and it's hard sometimes to step away from your project. We had a very good work relationship with him and a good friendship, so just sort of like in a very genuine sense, he helped us kind of guide our writing process. Bass players, no, actually, I think people think that bass players are awkward and they get uncomfortable around them. So, no, I don't know. If you want to get the girls, you gotta be the lead singer. You can't get it being the bass player.
The lead singer.
Yeah. Nobody cares about the bassist. I've been revisiting a record I really love by a band called Death from Above 1979. It's just like a really just kind of raw bass player. Him and a drummer recorded an album and an EP. And when I was younger, I heard that and thought like, well, I don't have anyone else to play music with, and this guy did it with just a drummer by throwing a lot of distortion on his bass. And I don't know, like, I played guitar prior, so I pretty much like picked up my bass, threw distortion on it, and started playing it like a guitar and jamming with my friend. So prior to the story so far, it was like I was kind of writing just weird music like that. So I don't know, he's definitely a big inspiration. I mean, I hope so. I mean, I don't know, maybe it's not a bad thing, but there's sort of like a culture around it, and I think people see the culture before they see the music, and so it's almost like people try to write music to fit into a culture or to fit to a certain listening preference. We just wrote music. We didn't try to write music like anything or anybody else. Obviously, we have a certain style that I guess blossomed from what we listened to as youth. But we didn't attribute it to some arbitrary culture or some like sound. We just wrote the music, and so I feel like people molded it to a culture, but we didn't write the music to fit that culture. So I suppose it kind of broadens beyond it a bit. And so I guess to answer your question, like I think people just need to write music. They don't need to try to write form-fitting music. No matter how big bands get, they have the fans that will sort of stick with them through thick and thin, and they have more of, I guess, the kind of wayfaring fans who might, stick around for an album but then sort of disappear. And I don't know, like, I obviously like those people who have a genuine interest in your music and kind of research your band and don't think that music is something to be hoarded away from anyone. So I don't necessarily, I'm not an attention seeker, but I don't want people to be restricted from listening to our music. It's not a club to me. It's not exclusive. But, I think you can have that sort of strong connection with your fans at any scale. And we've played bigger venues, too, that have been just as intimate, as some of these smaller gigs. So it's just how you work the show, essentially. Yeah, We've been over here now. This is the fourth time. I've only been here 3 times, though, because I had school conflicts the first time. But it's definitely more comfortable relationships now with the people we know, because we've been able to revisit and see them more often. Maybe in that sense, sort of relative to the other question, with where I keep my personal network, I definitely like to have stronger connections than a multitude of them. So I think we've definitely met a lot of great people, and certainly have really, really strong core of friends and support over here. Yeah. I would be studying economics. I would have gotten my degree in economics. I project I would have anyways. I really always wanted to be an entrepreneur. I had never liked working for other people. I never liked the sort of structured workplace, wearing a tie and all that. So I probably, knowing me, someone who's never worked, I have worked real jobs, but I always sort of have found my way to kind of do things my own way in the workplace. I feel like I would have tried to find my niche, doing something I enjoy. I would have been happy. I think I always had this idea of opening up a retirement home or like working with special needs kids. Like I always really got off on like assisting people. So it's not necessarily the money for me. Like, I would have loved to just do that. I gotta been happy doing that. Yeah, man, it depends. Sometimes, like, it depends where from. Because the other day I had a great hamburger. There's this place called Spanky Van Dyke's in Nottingham, UK, and best burger. Like, it's a great burger. In-N-Out Burger at home, incredible. But I don't know. Sometimes you have a really good slice of pizza, you know. But I'd probably take a hamburger over pizza, just so it's a little more filling. That's true. You see, I have not tried the best pizza in the world yet because I haven't been to Italy. So, you know, being from California, I think we probably have better burgers than we do pizza. So when I come to Italy, you'll have to convert me to pizza because I'm sure it's delicious. Purple, strangely enough, or teal and black. That's my favorite sports team's colors. So, yeah. Actually, I've learned a lot more about it since I've been over here. It's funny because for the same reason that some American sports aren't popular in Europe, European sports aren't necessarily at home just for the sake of there being a big time difference. So I can't watch European soccer in live time. So we went to our first match here. So I went to a match. And our drivers sort of have been explaining most of the rules to me, and like the way the leagues are structured and how the cups are and everything. So like it's a very cool culture as I've experienced it with all the chanting and the songs and the atmosphere. Like it's a very stripped down, just fundamental cool sport. So I definitely appreciate it. That's a good question. I always have trouble answering it. There's a band called the Flatliners I really want to tour with. They just cool punk band. Support though, like I probably would have said Newfound, but we did it. So like, I mean that was a real honor. But maybe them again. It was really fun. So.
Yes.
Yeah, it might have been JFK from Death from Above 1979. But I also really liked the bassist from Interpol. And actually, the bassist Jeffa from The Used. When I was young, it was sort of one of those genres where you don't necessarily sense there would be very smart musicians in it. The emo, screamo sort of stuff. When I was younger, like I don't know, I listened to a lot of just kind of weird music, and I within that band though, like the rhythm section, you just have very strong bass lines and very very smart bass lines, and I definitely liked his playing a lot. See, I guess it touches earlier when I was saying like we try not to make our music exclusive to people, and I think when you create cultures around music, there becomes a certain exclusivity to it. And I mean, I can't say whether someone's preferences are right or wrong, but I do think there's a lot of people who maybe aren't aware of the music out there and that would appreciate it. And I mean, that's just all a matter of sharing music with your friends and I don't know, like really just marketing it and putting it out there. That's the thing is like, you know, each country is different. The cultures are different. You know, we come out here, they have rock clubs. They don't have those at home. Metal bands do a lot better in Europe than they do in America for the most part. You know, like it's just strange little cultures like that. And I mean, I can't say like necessarily it deserves more attention, but like, you know, I think there's a lot of people who, unbeknownst to them, there's this kind of uprising in bands with a sort of nostalgic sound to the bands they liked, or their older peers liked, that exists now. So I don't know. I think there's a lot of people who don't know about it that would like it. Definitely. Yeah, thank you guys. You guys, I mean, the fact that you guys came out here and like you guys, you know, no one pays you, but you guys kind of started up this, I guess street team, I guess you could call it, like a little like it's really inspiring, you know, for us to know our music has such a far reach to other countries and cultures and people, you know, because when we started this band in a bedroom, we didn't think that kids in Italy would ever, you know, listen to our band. So it's very inspiring and it's touching. We appreciate you guys very much. So thank you.
Thanks so much.
Yeah, of course.
Now you're